Hi guys, I'm just getting ready. I'm preparing my cards so we can do a collective reading. I hope you've all been good. I know it's been a while. I'm going to jump straight into it. Let's see what's going on, what it is you need to know for your highest good. I got 3 of Wands, Page of Swords in reverse, and the 2 of Wands in reverse. I want one more. Okay. Looks like you're leaving someone behind. But not just in a way of, oh, I'm leaving them behind so that they can feel a type of way, like generally leaving someone behind, like having, like closing out a cycle. And it feels really significant. And it feels like a long time coming. You like leaving someone behind that you thought you may never be able to detach from. So of course for collective reading this can come in different shapes and forms and mean something different for everyone here, but as a general, I'm seeing the collective I'm reading for detach and move on from a situation, from a person that you may have never thought was going to be possible for you to do so. And again, it feels extremely significant. It feels like a milestone. I'm gonna ask Spirit to just give me one single card from here on, because I kind of want to tap or explore that type of reading where I just get one card. I don't know if they're gonna cooperate. Apparently not. Okay, I need to stay on what I started and then we can shift into that. But apparently this is important for someone here. Very important. Because it's coming down to feeling like, again, an accomplishment. Moving into a space where a lot of weight is finally falling off of your shoulders. Like feeling lighter, feeling like you can celebrate or mingle with the right type of people, not being susceptible or not being at like, it's as if there has been a person, but for some also people that had some sort of control over you and your life and they don't anymore. And that's what you're feeling. That's why it's feeling like there's this weight falling off of your shoulders, or even for others, I'm feeling it in your legs. Like they're showing me, I guess this is a metaphor for, because they showed me like shackles falling off, and it was shackles that you had on your feet. So it's as if that was holding you back. These were people that were holding you back. But for others, it was also one significant person that it's like they somehow had control over your energy, or like had power over you, and you might have felt this. I'm getting it that this person felt unattainable to you. Now you're feeling unattainable to that person. It's like that's what has shifted. It can come with some sadness, I guess, like, or you're shifting out of a period of grieving, or you have grief still unrelated to this person, this people that you're still dealing with. Grieving is a long process. You might know that if you're someone that has lost someone that was close to you, that meant a lot to you. Lost, I don't really like using the word lost. It's something that I just throw around with because it's so common now in society to say I lost it. But like when someone passes over, we tend to say I lost this person, whereas I'm trying to train myself to not say that, but it slipped out. So that could be, I mean, open to discussion. It can feel like a loss Of course, if it's not in the if the person is not here in the physical realm, it will feel like we lost someone. If they really are lost, I would like to think not. But I feel like this is a touchy subject. Like, you're gonna feel this resonate because it's gonna hit you somewhere where you know, yeah, this is for me, because I am most definitely grieving someone, or it comes in waves, or it's been years. For some it's years. That's why grieving is one of the most difficult thing I think a person can deal with. So yeah, you may have lost, like, someone close to you may have passed over, that you still it's just not, it's not fully closed out in a way. I'm hearing now also, though, a person in the physical realm that may not have passed over, that you just, that felt like a loss. Like, you may took you some time to get to this place where you really feel like letting go, or you have let go, whereas you might have thought that or felt that before, but it wasn't really the truth. And now it's really, though, like, you're letting this person go, you're releasing them. Yeah, it was like long. Now I'm getting one card. It's because at this point you don't have a choice anymore. It's like it's being done for you. This is a massive attachment, okay? This is for this reading is gonna find someone that has has had a massive attachment, or plural, you form really deep bonds to people. Like, it feels like century-old bonds even. So you may have a tendency of attracting a lot of, I guess, connections, relationships that go beyond this lifetime. That's why it feels so, it goes deep, like it touches a part of you, it touches layers of you that when it is time to let go, like forcibly, I guess, if a person leaves the physical realm and passes over, it's like you're forced to release them in one shape or form. If it's not that, and it's a person you are forcibly meant to release in the like someone that's here, it can feel just as well as a loss. Maybe not in the same type of way, it's just different type of grieving a person. But what it's coming down to is that I'm reading for someone here that really forms deep attachments. That's also why betrayal, for example, can cut you really deep, and it's something that maybe another person would get over more easily. For you, it's something that really, it goes through a lot of layers, and it therefore also takes longer to do the work around it. And there's a reason for this as well. It's that I'm seeing it may take longer for you, but once you've learned what you meant to learn around that situation or that person, or if you've like closed out a cycle, which brings us to the beginning, then you've closed it out for good. You don't have to go and revisit it. And that's why this is so significant. This is a massive milestone that you are reaching. This is really, there's been a lot of work around this and behind this for you to reach this point, and that's why there's real energy around this of you being celebrated for being where you're at right now. I feel like you're gonna meet someone significant. It's like there's an opening now for that to happen, because whoever you have had this attachment to, they took up a lot of your space. If you were aware of this or not, but they took up a lot of your space, and that again is like a form of, I don't want to call it dark magic, but it's like this person had their hooks into you. And I don't know either if they were like aware of that, if they like played with that. Again, it's a collective reading, so you yourself will know if it at one point you felt like you're cursed, or you've tried everything in the books to release this attachment but you couldn't. That can, for one, just show the significance of what we just talked about, that it reaches deeper layers. But for others, it really can be like someone feeding off of your energy, I guess. And I don't know, I don't know how to explain this to you, because it goes so far back. That's what I find a bit strange. Well, it's not strange. I mean, it's not strange if we think in terms of past lives, but like, I wonder what the attachment, like why this took so long. But then again, it feels like it's not really my place to ask that, because we all like learn and deal with things in our own time. It's just tapping into this, and that's why I was telling you there could be sadness or there could be grieving. Tapping into this, I do feel a heavy heart. Even though a load is falling off your shoulders, you can release certain burdens. You're moving in that space. If you don't feel it now, if you're moving in that space, there's still like some PTSD even, like spiritually speaking, you could have like spiritual PTSD from this, like kind of feeling like you have an arm around you, you want to protect yourself. I nearly said predators, which is very interesting, because right now on talking about collective reading, we have a lot of predators in the music industry that are being unveiled. Like the truth is coming out about their predatory behaviors. So there's something big at play here. I'm tapping into something that is meant as a collective within this group or this community, but also it goes outside and beyond that. And you might have fallen victim, in brackets, to predatory behavior on a spiritual level without even having been fully aware of this. And I'm seeing this especially in relationships. They're showing me that especially in relationships that can happen. When there's sex involved also, especially when there's sex involved, we can fall victim to dynamics, structures, attachments that you may think you want to get out of and you try to get out of, but you yourself on one level allow it to happen and form a contract or sign a contract with a person that, well, the contract being sex basically. That's your signed, sealed and delivered. When you engage in that, you're signing a contract with a person. Dude, that's crazy. That's actually so crazy. Yeah, talking about sacred unions, I'm surprised myself the direction this is going. It's something to be aware of. It's not something to scare you. It's just something to be aware of. And whoever comes across this will understand, if not now, later, why exactly you had to come across this information. The way it is showing me it's going to resonate for you because you've already had experiences in the past that confirm exactly what you're hearing right now. That confirm that it may even have felt like a waste of time. You were way too attached for way too long to a person that on some levels you already knew that they're no good for you, or that they're not worthy of you, but it took you time to just integrate what you already felt. It took a lot of time. For some it was really hard work. But that again brings me to what we already channeled, that once it clicks, there's no going back. You don't need to revisit it. So it might take longer, but it's worth it in the end. Because when you close it out for good. I'm getting a lot of, the cards I'm seeing is a lot of around it being a no-brainer. And that again is just a sign that you're becoming more rooted and grounded within yourself, where that rooted and groundedness is making you less susceptible to predatory behavior. Okay, because the way I'm getting these messages, predators can latch onto you. Again, a lot of them, I mean, of course, some know exactly what they're doing, but for some, when it's happening on this, when the predatory behavior happens on a spiritual level, I'm getting that not every person is consciously aware of that they're being a predator spiritually. So one example they're showing me is someone who may be a heavy smoker, or you may drink or go out every now and then and drink, or even dabble and experiment with substances. For example, someone going into a K-hole and then astral projecting without even being consciously aware that you're astral projecting into someone else's space. And then if they are sensitive or they have that openness, they may pick up on you astral projecting into their room, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, get out of my room, you know? This is just one example where some that are not on that frequency and haven't opened up on that level yet. It might sound like wacky noodle Looney Tunes, but for others who have had those experiences will understand what is meant with like predatory behavior on a spiritual level, and not everyone being fully aware of them engaging into that, like engaging with that. So if you were to confront that person, they might as well be like, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything. Like, what? It makes no sense. But on another level, they have been doing that. They're just not aware of it. So we could all be doing that without even, like, unknowingly. It's when we dream as well. We visit each other in each other's dreams, and we're like meeting each other on a different plane. And then we wake up and we're like, oh, that was just a dream, but what if we were really there together hanging out? This is all open for discussion. I'm just sharing the messages I'm receiving, like this is just how I'm getting the messages. But it's open for discussion. I'm not saying I know everything about that. It's just open for discussion, and it's been open for discussion from the beginning of times. There's philosophers, there's artists. This is something that has occupied the minds of the greatest thinkers since the beginning of time, so it's nothing new. And we can happily discuss it in the comments. You can let me know what you think about that, or how you've experienced dream life, or what you find stands out, or what you feel like you haven't understood yet, or what you have come across, studies, this is an open discussion, and I'm happy for you to be doing that in the comment section. But anyways, let's just see what else comes through, because I feel like something was, they're gonna bring me back on track anyway, so I just need to read the cards. Closing out the cycle. Yeah, I'm getting everything confirmed. I love when that happens. Closing out the cycle. Releasing someone or a situation or even multiple people. That the funny thing is, it's happening mutual. See how you're releasing them, but at the same time they're releasing you as well, because they don't have to hold on you anymore. And it also has a lot to do with a state of consciousness that you are reaching, or that you have reached, where, for example, you've integrated a lot of darkness, so dark energies or darker scriptures or like darker topics don't irk you as much anymore, or it doesn't, you don't think in terms of, oh, this is dark, I need it away from me. It's more like you could even have a sort of you could have developed a sort of fascination even towards darker aspects of life and the creation or the realities we're living, whereas in the past it may have felt like you didn't have the consciousness to integrate that, basically, and now you do. I don't know, I just get I'm getting a lot of information, and it's really interesting because it's all like I'm seeing someone be drawn to people, have conversations with people that you may have never thought you would vibrate with, or like be on the same frequency on, and you're reading books, or suddenly feel like you want to read books or watch movies that in the past may have scared you, or you had like a sort of, it's not disgust, but it's just like you kept a healthy distance, and now you're feeling more drawn, and that's just an indicator that you are ready to receive the information that you are getting out of that. Because I want to go into the whole thing of like dark and light energies and like black magic, light magic. What is if it's all one and the same thing? I don't know the answer to that. I'm still myself learning new things every day, and especially also when I'm reading like this, I'm getting messages that I have to later think about as well, because I'm channeling in real time. This is not something that I have like pre-scripted. So I myself get surprised sometimes by the messages. Maybe we can come back, or again, please feel free to have a discussion or discussion like in the comment section with each other. I have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. I actually wanted to jump on live here. I wanted to like stream it live, and then I kind of got a bit intimidated, or just the thought of it intimidated me, but maybe there's something I'm going to tap into more, because I feel like that could be a good challenge, but we'll see. We have the Three of Pentacles here in reverse. And me personally, this is just my relationship I have with this deck. I don't read it how you would find it in the little booklet, the little pamphlet, which is just basically someone's interpretation of the card, but you can form your own relationship with a deck. You don't have to go by the book. That's just my opinion. What I want to say is it has to do with people that have slandered you in the past. It's like things are coming to light. So it's about people or multiple that have slandered you, have said something about you that now is coming to the light. Like it didn't hold any truth for one, but also it's like they are losing the hold that they have had. So they did have some sort of, maybe this was in a friend group, or they were like really popular around the peers. It's just coming to light, and when things like this come to light, it's again, this is a collective message in the sense that it's happening on a collective global level, where, for example, celebrities who we could consider the most popular people of our society, they have millions of followers, they can sell a lot of products very easily, they can, celebrities, they're popular. That's the whole point of being a celebrity, you're popular. So the same can happen on a macro level, that you will have a person or people or group of people that are considered very popular, but maybe on the down low, they're not good people. In this case, these people you dealt with, they were spreading rumors, they were spreading lies, they were not good people. They have values and morals that we would consider this is not good. Like, it's harming someone, it's out to, harming someone, the reputation, the livelihood. It can go really deep here as well. So apparently you've dealt with this group, like something has been happening in the background, because I don't see you have put a lot of attention, like you didn't give them any more of your attention. You may have just distanced yourself, gotten on with your life. A lot of the times, or in most cases when we do that, when you just stick to, God's plan, God and his helpers will sort it out for you. And that's now what I'm seeing happening. Like, it may have taken time, but they are losing their popularity. They're really, I don't want to say suffering, but it's like things are shifting where in your favor, basically. So it's like a web of lies is just unfolding, and they're not being looked at the same as they did before. Again, take this on a collective, like on a macro level or micro level. In the grand scheme, it's with the celebrities, and maybe in your own community, it's happening in the same way, just in a smaller frame. It's connected to a person, apparently. For one, it's you that is coming out as like a true leader. Oh. They're now respecting you. Or they've been forced to respect you. They're being forced on their knees, basically. They're being humbled. These people are being humbled by God, by spirit, by the universe, whatever you want to call it, the Most High. Let's call it the Most High. Is teaching them a lesson where they're not. This is like a bully getting called out on their behavior, which is sometimes really important, that not everyone just stays silent around them, but actually someone speaks up and calls them out on their behavior, because some really need that. And you are coming out as that person. So this could be that you, in any case, like in any, be it at work, be it in a family, whatever situation, that you may be asked to step up and call someone out on really nasty behavior, and you did so, and you're being applauded for that. But also, this is spirit working through you. And this again goes really deep for some of you. Because I heard not only spirit, I also heard ancestors. For some of you, it's your ancestors talking through you, who in the past were silenced, or who would have even gotten killed if they would have spoken up and called out the disrespect. So this goes as deep as some of your ancestors were slaves, bound to a slave master, and if they would have spoken up, they would have, like, it was a life and death situation. So this can manifest as you being the grandchild, great-great-grandchild, great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchild, speaking up in a situation where your ancestors, again, if they had spoken up in the same situation, they would not be here anymore. But because we have developed and our consciousness has shifted, like it does generation from generation. This is you doing root work, basically, is what the message is. Some of you are being asked to speak up in injustice, and you might even be shocked yourself when you do speak up or you do stand your ground. And the message I'm receiving for you is that for some of you, you're getting that strength and that power to do so from your ancestors. And again, this is very significant and very important that you're doing that, because you're doing root work for your lineage. Temperance in reverse. Devil in reverse. I keep seeing this. This is the second time I'm seeing this card. It feels to me like more and more people that refuse to do the work are just gonna fall off your path. And it doesn't matter if it's family, if it's your own blood. Because the way the Most High is making, for one, your enemies, or the ones that put themselves in direct, like wanting to harm you, are being made your footstool. That's one message we just touched upon. Like they are being made your footstool. That's already happening. It's going further, that with temperance in reverse, there's a sort of urgency, and it has to do with the shift that is happening on a global level as well, where you don't have time to waste anymore, to have to explain yourself. Again, it doesn't matter who this is, be it family members, be it your own siblings. There's a need to detach and release them as well, which would again bring us full circle to the beginning of this reading, where it's connected to grief, can be connected to grief, can be connected to sadness. But again, it's a no-brainer. Some of you have given this person like enough time or enough chances to prove, in a way, in brackets, prove themselves to you, or just show that they are willing to learn, or that they can put themselves in a position where they are the student as well. And some of these people, again, friends, family, siblings, you name it, they showed over and over again that they're not willing to do that. So in a way, they have to go, because it's not, there's a shift that is happening where people around you are going to choose very different realities than what you are choosing, and vice versa. For them, it's going to feel like you are choosing a total different reality than what they are choosing, or even it's going to feel like, for you, it's going to feel like they are living in a total different reality from you, and for them, it's going to feel like you are going to live in a total different reality from them. I think you get where I'm getting to. Like the split is going to become wider, and it's going to feel more profound, and there's no point trying to drag each other across this, like, I don't know, I wanted to say river, so maybe this river, I don't know what metaphor is coming through right now, but it's going to be, you're going to be glad at one point that there's a river separating the two, like, you from each other. And maybe the river or the water can be a metaphor for emotions, because water is connected a lot to emotions, meaning that you may love these people, they may love you, but due to the choices, you're just going on different paths. You're going on a different path, you're creating something different, and you may be creating a reality that they can't understand, and they may be creating a reality that you can't understand. Instead of forcing something, you may just feel better by letting them go. And that again brings us to the beginning of the reading. I'm not saying, I don't have to say more on this, because you're gonna feel it for yourself, basically, is what I'm getting. And this, whenever I start talking about this, my heart starts feeling really heavy. So it feels to me like this is still a process that some are struggling with within the collective, that are having a hard time of coming to terms with this and coming to terms with this. I'm craving a muffin so bad. I really feel hungry right now, so I'm gonna go get my muffin. And I think for now I'm gonna close this out because it brought me back to the beginning for a reason. Yeah, I think that is all from me, and maybe we do this a more regular thing. I know I've been like really, I haven't been lazy because I've been doing other things, but I would like to post more on here on this channel. So let's just see how this develops, and thank you all for tuning in. Bye.